visiting all the nodes. So very beginning we have the topic that is the graph traversal. In the graph traversal, all the nodes must be visited and make sure, and it should not have a loop. If there is a circuit or there is a cycle or loop is available here, so this is not a tree, okay, but this is a graph. In a graph, a loop, a cycle may applicable, but try to avoid the such thing, because if you are making such things, so this is not good idea. While traversing all the nodes, we need to keep in mind all the these points, and we have the first slide, and that is known as the graph traversal. So graph traversal is what? Graph traversal is basically kind of a concept or technique, and which is used to visit all the nodes in terms of the searching way, we can say. So the graph tables is also used to decide the order of the vertices is visited. So what the order we have following? Like example, if I need to visit the 5 or 6 countries or 5 or 6 cities, what happen? It is better idea to visit the first city and second city, but you will choose the shortest path. Okay, so somehow we will see this concept into the other concept, but here we need to see if we need to visit the different node one by one, then how we can do. So this is a simple concept where we can learn that is a graph traversal in which each and every node to be visited. But we need to see the path, a shortest path you are looking. So shortest path is determining by the some weight and some distances. But in a normal way, the weight and distance is not given. Then how you could determining the its shortest path? So while looking for the shortest path, what happened at the time, we need to follow the weight. But right now, jumping on the shortest path, we must have right now the what are the various methods by which we can visit the all the nodes. And at the time, all the node visiting concept, which is known as the graph traversal. So there are some techniques, some methods by which we will see. Okay, so please keep in mind this important word, that is the last line you can see. The means graph traversal, we visit all the vertices the graph without getting into the looping path. Okay, so this is the point we need to keep in mind as I spoke you. On a graph, a loop is applicable, but while visiting all the nodes or graph traversal, it is necessary, or keep in mind this word, a loop is not applicable. A loop will not be allowed here. So graph traversal is the most important part. Okay, so shall I continue, or do you have any idea right now what is mean by the graph traversal? Now, is it clear to all?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so today we have the various
Yes, sir.
okay. So today we have the various images and pictures by which we will see what is the graph traversal, and how we can represent the graph traversal through the various techniques. So those are so there are the two different graph traversal techniques. Number one, BFS, and second one the DFS. When talking about the DFS, and next talking about the VFS, as the DFS stands for the depth first search, and we have the VFS. VFS stands for the breadth first search. So let us take an example, and let us take the understand the algorithm of the DFS first. So I'm going to the first algorithm, that is the first technique, that is known as the DFS. So DFS stands for the depth first search. DFS traversal of the graph produces the spanning tree as a final result. But now question comes in our mind: what is mean the by the spanning tree? Now we have not studied the this kind of a tree when we discuss the tree concept, but we must aware about all this comes while studying the this tree concept into the mathematical approach. A spanning tree is basically kind of a tree, and in which the loop or cycle will not be applicable. Okay, so how you can say loop cycle will not be applicable? Of course, in a tree, how we can say a loop and cycle will be applicable? No. So graph DFS is a method, or is a tree is a concept where it produces spanning tree. So when talking about the term that is spanning tree, it means in a from a graph we will see uh, we will see a tree in terms of the graph manner, but in form of the graph nodes visited or vertices visited. So how many nodes, how many vertices we have? Those nodes and those vertices must be visited once, and followed by the graph concept, and keep in mind the term that is a it should generate a spanning tree. After the generating the, or after visiting all the nodes, if we are having a loop or cycle, so we can say this is not a kind of a tree. So definitely what not following the proper concept of the graph traversal. So please keep in mind, a spanning tree is a tree. A spanning tree is a tree, and in which all the nodes are to be visited once, and there is no cycle to be exist over here. So this is just an idea of the spanning tree we have discussed. But rest of the detail about the spanning tree I will explain into the while we will discuss about the shortest path. Okay, finding the shortest path and various algorithm by which we can go through that part. So remaining part of the detailed part of the span tree, we will see into that concept. So you can see here just one line definition, that is a span tree is a graph without a loop, as I spoke you. So we use stack data structure. Now keep in mind, we need to use stack data structure to understand the DFS algorithm. So with the maximum size of the total number of the vertices in a graph to implement the DFS traversal. So keep in mind while discussing the DFS, so we have the stack data structure. So summarization, you can say stack is a data structure by which we can implement DFS algorithm for graph traversal. So with the help of the stack data structure we can do, and same thing we're talking about the BFS, that is a breadth first search. So with this technique we will use the queue data structure. So with help of the queue data structure, what we can do, we can traversal all the nodes, all the vertices in our implemented graph. So this is general idea. So here a few points you need to keep in mind. Any traversal in a graph either could be BFS or DFS, it must be followed by the span tree. So this is the point you need to keep in mind. So span tree is what? This is a graph again, but without a loop. So the name is given, that is spine tree. It is not a tree. It is a spine tree, means there is a graph without loop. Because on a tree we can't have the any loop or cycle. So definitely it representation like a tree. So that's why name is given over here. That is a spine tree. Now we will have to use the stack data structure. Now these two 3 points are clear to all. If it is clear to all, then shall I move ahead?
Yes, sir.
So what are those points? DFS is a span tree, and a span tree means a graph that without a loop. Okay, this is a tree, but this is a representation will be like a tree, so that's why name it is given as span tree. Okay, and in this case we use the stack data structure. So okay, now I'm jumping to the algorithm part. Algorithm is very easy. You can understand step by step, and why which this algorithm or why the algorithmic step you can understand all the concept properly. Now what is the first step? First step, define a stack of the size total number of vertices in a graph. So we need to define the size and total number of the vertices. Suppose in a graph we have the 5 vertices, so size of the stack will be the 5 undoubtedly. Okay, next we have the select any vertex as starting point. Okay, so first we need to choose any vertex of the traversal and visit that vertex. We can write the vertex or we can write the node. There's no difference because only the naming convention and nothing else. So there's no difference between the node and vertex, and push it into the stack. So why? Because we have the stack. So we will implement this searching technique through the stack data structure. Now third step we can say visit any one of the known visited adjacency vertices. It means like this a graph. So in this graph, in this graph, what we have, we need to, suppose we are picking this node, so we need to pick its adjacency nodes. It could be this one, it could be this one, it could be this one. So we need to pick any one of the our adjacent vertices of the given the list of the vertices, and which is at the top of the stack, and push into the stack. And we need to we need to push into the our stack data structure and repeat step number 3. Now this repeat step number 3 until there's no vertex to be visited from the vertex which is at the top of the stack. So all the nodes must be visited once. This is a point we need to keep in mind. When there is a no vertex is visited, then backtracking is applicable. Now question comes in our mind, so what is mean by the backtracking? Backtracking is a technique where we need to apply this technique where if the last node is available and all the nodes are visited, then we need to revisit. Okay, now we need to go back again to complete the our path. This is the example. You can say, like example, after writing the examination you will check your questions again. Okay, first question we have solved, second question we have solved, third question, last one, fifth question. Now you will see the fifth question. Now it is completed, then four is completed, three is completed, fourth, second is completed, and then first is completed. And all these steps are enter come into the method, and that is known as a backtracking. Backtracking means is just traversing all the your activity what you have done so far. And in the stack, this is also implemented by the important part, that is a pop operations. Pop operation means remove all the vertices values which is to be inserted into the, or which is pushed into the stack. And now repeat step number 3, 4, 5 until the stack becomes empty. And this is the step we need to follow. And with the help of the two different its operations, those are the push and pops by which we can implement. So when the stack becomes empty and now produce a final spanning tree. So now keep in mind the word while traversal the graph, we will get an output, and that is the form of the spanning tree. So this is a point you need to keep in mind. Into the examination, I can ask this question into the different way. Just draw the spanning tree of the given graph. So you will get confused, sir. You did explain the spanning tree. Spanning, the question will means you can use DFS or BFS to traverse all the nodes, and you need to show your output in form of the spanning tree. So this is the point you need to keep in mind. So this is the algorithm which is followed by to implement the DFS. Okay. Now, if this point is clear to all, then shall I move ahead, or shall I explain once?
Sir, once, please.
Okay, once.
Please explain.
Okay, okay. I'm just taking the simple example, and you can understand. Uh, I have a real example, but I'm just taking the simple example for your betterment. Now, what we have? We have the data structure. Can we say this is a data structure? Yes, please say yes or no so I can see.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now I can understand. Now it is visible to you. Now we have the A. Now we have the B. Here I'm not talking about the directed or undirected graph. I'm just talking mentioning only the graph and nothing else. Now we have the C, and now we have the D. Now how many vertices, how many nodes we have? We have only the 4. This is connected to this one. This is connected to this one, and okay, I'm connected to like this one. Okay, can we say this is a graph? Can we say this is a graph?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Graph cycle is permitting, so there is no problem because ABC is just making a
Mm.
cycle, so it is a permittive, so no problem. So as we know, the from the level base we can choose any starting point. Okay, so I'm choosing the A. So without any doubt, so first node, that is to how many nodes we have? 4. So stack size will be the 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and last we have the 4. So this is our stack size, that is a 4. So which is our first node? That is A. So we will keep A here 1, and A just having its two adjacency nodes. Those are the B and C. Okay, so it's up to you which one you want to pick. But when talking about the shortest path, so we will pick the shortest path, but depend on the weight must be given. But here the weight is not given, so we are just only the traversing. So you can pick either B or C. It's up to you. So there is no problem. It's up to you what the element you want to pick. But before picking this element, you need to keep in mind this point. You need to keep in mind uh, what is the next connected node of the current or next nodes. So this is a point you need to keep in mind. So suppose we have picked the A, and thereafter I'm picking the, so tell me the which one I should pick, B or C?
C.
Okay,
See, sir.
yes, it was the expected questions. See, so C is my next visited node, so I can say I can pick over here C. Okay, and now C is connected to D and C is connected to B. Okay, so A is coming here, C is coming here, and then now C is just adjacent by the two. It's a different node. Those are the B and D. So now tell me which one I should pick, D or B? Yes, tell me.
B.
Okay, A is connected by B and C, and C is connected by B and D. Now, after visiting A and after visiting C, I'm just put into the here in the stack. Now, next what we have? We have the B. This is the expected answer. Now, B is connected by C and A. A is already visited. C is already visited. Okay. Then after visiting B, like here B. Okay. So what happened at that time? I need to go for the. I need to apply here the backtracking. Okay. I need to apply the backtracking because C and A is already C and A is already visited and already traversal, and there's no more other than the A and C, other than A and C, no more node or vertices are connected. So I need to apply here the backtracking. Okay, so I need to apply here the backtracking. So what is the flow I'm just following? A and then C, then I go to the B, and then I need to apply here the backtracking. Okay, then I need to apply the backtracking, and then after the
D.
C, yeah, but once again, C, it is noted down that from the A and A from the A, B and C is visited, and from the C, B is visited, but D is not visited. From the B, C and A is visited, but from talking about the D, D is connected to C only. Okay, so from I need to B, I need to come to the C for making the complete span tree. So I will come or I will touch the D. So I will come to the D. Now this is our point. Now is it clear to all? Now is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Oh, for your betterment, I'm just changing the color. Okay, just let me change the color. Mhm, just blue. First, I have visited A, then C, then B, and then D. So what is the my path? Okay, so that is the my that should be the my path. But let us understand through the this concept with the help of the pop operation. So first I will visit the D. Okay, D will be removed. So D will be uh, D will come over here. I'm just making here. So now it is visible to all in the left in the right corner side. It is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
D will be removed. D removed. Next element, that is a B. Okay, now B will be removed. But keep in mind D is connected to the C. So I can, and after removing B, now we need to keep in mind C and B, and then remove the C and then A, and then it will be connected like. So now you can see all the nodes, those are the four nodes are visited, and there is no cycle is available here. If there is cycle is available here, so we can say this is a graph, but this is not a spine tree. A spine tree is a kind of the graph. Okay, so you can see A, B, D and C both all or four nodes are visited, but there is no cycles available. So we can say this is the our spine tree. Okay, now is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
But there must be a question, sir. After picking the B node first rather than the C, so our span tree made different. Of course, it could be different, no problem. The example could be like first we are visiting A, then we are visiting B, and then we are picking the C, and then D. So diagram could be a little bit different. Like I'm just helping to you. Uh, okay, diagram could be like first A, then B, then C, and D. Okay. what we have is a sequence A, C, B, D, but here could be the sequence could be the A, C, B, and D. So here answer answer would be A, B, and C, D. So another span tree can we have the another span tree?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the point. Like here, A, B, C, and D. Again, you can see there is no cycle. So this could be the another span tree. So after visiting the graph traversal of the DFS, BFS, there may be some chance we can have the multiple span tree. And to avoid the such thing, we have the different algorithms, and those algorithm is recognized by the Kruskal-Prusik algorithm. But understanding the Kruskal-Prusik algorithm, which is used to find the shortest path. And if you're talking about the shortest path, so definitely we are talking the shortest longest. So it means we have the some weight or distances. But so here we are only see the traversing part, that is necessary part. So if it is clear to all, then shall I move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we have the our example, that is this graph that is followed by the DFS. So in this graph, you need to perform the all the operations to find the your DFS. Now backtracking is what? As I told you, backtracking means coming back to the vertex from which we reach the current vertex. So we are understanding this example step by step. And if you have any problem, so let it be know one. Now it is better idea to you can draw this example, or you can example along with me. So definitely we will learn properly. So it's a better idea to use paper and pencil and solve this question along with me. Definitely you will learn one by one. Okay, use paper and pencil. You can use pen and pencil, or pen or paper, whatever you want to use. Are you using the paper or pencil, or just understanding only the PPT only? It is better idea to use paper and pencil. Now tell me, is it okay or shall I move ahead? Yes, tell me, Ankita.
यस सर।
ओके, तो पेपर और पेन का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हो या ऐसे ही समझना है? वो तो
कर रहे हैं।
हाँ. Okay, so I'm just coming to the point. Now, which one is our in the step number 1? We see which one is our first node.
A.
C. You can pick anyone. So this is the point we need to keep in mind. But among the all these nodes, we can say in the alphabetically or level wise, we are picking the A, because A is the smallest part from the B and A B C D up to G. So select the vertex A as the starting one. That is the visit A. So push A into the stack. Now, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
step by
sir.
step. Okay, step by step we are seeing, and into the examination, this kind of the question ask. So graph is the most important data structure. So all the questions coming from the graph are very easy, but 80% student will do the mistake. So avoid the such thing. So understand the each and every step properly. So post A onto the stack. Now I have done. Now which is the next agency nodes? That is, we can say B and D. Okay, so which is a newly visited vertex is B. You can pick the D, so no problem. In this example, I am picking the B now. And from the B, how many agency nodes? Those are C and E. Okay, and each and every node, or each and every vertices keep the its agency vertices values, and it could be determined by the our agency matrix or agency list. So from the agency list, we can identify which node is connected to the another node, or which vertices is connected to the another vertices. So from the B and C, from the B, we can say E and C is connected. So we are picking the C. It's up to you which value you want to pick. So depend on the your picking value, it determining by your span tree. The span tree may differentiate, but making sure the answer must be correct. Answer, how to determine the answer is correct? There is no cycle will be applicable. Now C and connect C is connected by the E and F. So here we pick the E. So you can see A, B, C, E is to be inserted into the stack. Now step up till step number 4. If there is any doubt, then you can ask me. Yes, tell me.
No doubt.
And suppose after the C, if you try to pick F, so there may be some chance to a loop may exist. Okay, so while solving the question, you need to see which value you are picking to avoid the loop. Okay, so if the diagram of the form of the graph is complex, so definitely you need to pick the correct node. And while solving the question, there is some chance you can follow the loop. So avoid the loop, because after the implemented graph traversal concept, we must have a spine tree, and the spine tree can't have a cycle. Okay, so this is the point we need to keep in mind. So if I'm picking the if, so there is some chance to I can follow the loop. So it is better idea to avoid the loop. So we need which value I should pick, that is E. So while solving the question, you need to keep in mind all these words. Now I'm picking the D. Okay, so after the picking D, we can't choose the A because A is already visited. Okay, so because E is connected by the C and D, and at the C, at the E, we are seeing C is already visited, but D is not visited. So which value or which node or which vertex I should pick? That is a D. So now in the stack, I have the A, B, C, E. Clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And and what happened? D is connected to E, and I have now the question over here. Uh, from this point, if I'm trying to visit A and A is already visited, and if I'm
Yes.
trying to if I'm trying to pick the E, then E is already selected or visited. So now what should I do over here? This is my question. Yes, who
Sir,
is?
E.
E is already visited.
Sir, from E, we will go to F. Backtracking, sir.
Okay, so it's up to you if after the E you can pick the F or you can pick the D. So it's up to you, but make sure what the concept you are following. So after the D, we must see to this important point. A is already visited and E is already visited. Then after the D, we must apply the backtracking. Okay, so backtracking means this node is already visited. Then we go to the E or other part. So now see the part. So now color of this node is changed, and determining this, there is no new vertices that is to be visited from the T, because A and E already visited. So use backtracking from the D from the stack. And after C, after here, it is noted down over here that is D is removed. Okay, so D is removed. Okay, is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
And while applying the backtracking, and we are performing the pop operation. So this is a key point you need to keep in mind. Okay, so while performing the backtracking, so you are removing the particular vertices from the stack, or you are performing the pop operation. So now next, visit any adjacent vertex of the E. So E is connected to the F and D. So D is already visited. So at E we have seen it is connected by the D, E, C, and F. D is already visited, and C is already visited, and F is already F is not visited. So we will pick the F and push into the our stack, that is a F. Now after that, it is found that F is just connected to the two different other nodes. Those are the C and G. But among these two nodes or between these two nodes, C is already visited while G is not. So we will pick the G without any doubt, and that is to be pushed into the our stack. Now up to the step number 8, if there is any doubt, then you can ask me.
No, sir, no doubt.
Okay. Now after the G, and we can found that C and F is already visited. Okay. Now we need to check this condition, and it is our responsibility to see any other is node connected from the G or not. So we will found that C and F is connected, but F and C is already visited, so we will not go through the another. We will try to follow the backtracking, and while applying the backtracking, all the nodes must be removed from the stack. And if we are removing all the nodes, so we are following the pop operation from the stack. And now keep in mind, backtracking will be applied till the stack empty. If the stack is empty, so we can see now we will found the our, or we have found our important part, that is known as the inform the output stack or spanning tree. So now there's no vertex is connected to the G, so we will apply the backtracking. So now we will apply the pop G from the stack, so color is change. Okay, now we will go to the back to the F. So why? Because F is our top of the stack. So at the top of the stack, we are performing the pop operation. The top of the stack element to be removed. So F will be removed after the backtracking. Now F is removed, and then it's back to the E. And after the coming back to the E, because we have seen E is the top of the stack, and that is to be removed from the our stack data structure. So after removing E, now where we should move, that is a C, because the next element would be the top of the stack, that would be the C. So we will apply the backtracking. So now C, and then B, and then A. So what is the diagram of this one after removing the A? So after the 13th, and then we have the 14th step. After the 14th step, there is no vertices to be visited from A in form of the backtracking. Okay, so we need to pop the A, so will be removed, and stack, now stack become empty. So now we need to stop this algorithm traversing. Finally, DFS we will got, that is the A, B, C, E, D, F, and G. So this is the example of our DFS spanning DFS traversal, and we can say this is a solution of the span tree of the our graph in followed by the DFS algorithm. Okay, so now this is the example of the DFS. Now, is there any doubt?
No, sir.
But keep in mind, while solving the question to the examination, DFS follow the stack data structure, BFS follow the queue data structure. This is the 2 point we need to keep in mind. Into the examination, only the graph will be given, and you have to solve the graph through the BFS or DFS depend upon your questions. But keep in mind, DFS follow the queue. BFS can't follow the stack. DFS means stack, BFS means queue. These are key two important. This is a keyword you need to keep in mind while solving this question. And rest of things are very easy because of the stack and queue. We all are familiar with this kind of the terms. Okay. Then
Yes,
shall I?
sir.
Then shall I
Yes.
move? Then shall I move ahead into the next
Sir,
traversal? Yes.
sir, can you give me a minute, please?
Yes. Sure.
Sir, I was connected in this classroom during that attendance, but sir, I was not able to uh, turn on my mic due to that Wi-Fi connection. I asked you between the class, but you were teaching us, so I didn't interrupt in between.
Okay. So what's the name?
Sir, Amit, 19 BC 10137.
Yeah, I'm missing Baran.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. I have downloaded attendance around 8:50. So later on, I will not download attendance. So those students who were connected before the 8:50, so their attendance will be counted. And later on, the rest of the student will not be counted.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so no problem. Because
Yes.
I don't want to disturb myself as well.
Yes, sir. Sir, you were teaching. That's why I didn't interrupt you in between.
So, okay, no problem. But now come to the point. Now DFS is clear to all the students. So shall I move ahead to the another trouble?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I need the answer from the other student as well.
Yes, sir.
And Ankita
Yes, sir.
and Rituparna and Randhir and Samya and the students.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so into the examination, if you all do the different kinds of mistakes or same kind or another kind of the mistakes, so definitely first see your answers. Okay, so it is better idea to understand the concept and understand the example properly. So that's why I'm focusing, because into the graph and tree two are the most important data structure where student do the any mistakes. So what happened? Okay, the graphical manner you have to do. So it's a very easy concept. Even stack, queue, linked list, all these are the different. Oh, but each and every data structure having own meaning. And just try to explain your answer through the diagram manner. So definitely the answer will be the easy. So now without wasting much time, I am coming to the next traversal, that is a BFS. BFS stand for the breadth first search. Okay, so BFS traverses also produces span tree as a final result, but span tree is a graph without loop, as I spoke you, and we use a queue data structure. I speaking once again. We use a queue data structure with this BFS algorithm, and to find the our span tree in form of the final result. And how many nodes we have in so size of the queue will be depends on the total number of the nodes or vertices. And without wasting much time, I'm just coming to this algorithm. The same algorithm we have, but little bit difference only the, rather than putting the stack concept, we need to put the queue concept over here. And into the queue we are familiar the various operation. Those are the NQ operation, DEQ operation. In the NQ operation, what we need to do, we need to insert the element, and DEQ operation is performed to used to perform for the remove the element from the queue itself. And now we have the two important pointers of like top of the stack into the data structure. Into the data structure or stack data structure, we have the top of the stack by which we are performing the our operation and we are managing the our elements. But in the queue data structure, we have the front and rear. Front and use is the different meaning, and rear is using the different meaning. When you're trying to add the new value or new element through the NQ operations, then what happened? The rear value to be increment each and every time. But in the case of the performing the dequeue operation or remove the elements from the queue data structure, what happened at that time? The front value is to be incremented. Okay, so this is the point you need to keep in mind, and same thing we are performing over here. Now, all these concepts are clear to all about the queue.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm just coming to the once again for the summarize purpose. We have the NQ operation for the inserting new element, DQ used for the remove the element from the queue. We have the queue. Now to manage or to perform such kind of the operation, we have the two different kind of the pointers. These are the not memory pointer. These are used for the only the managing pointer. Okay, so managing pointer for the queue purpose. So we have the front and we have the rear. When try to insert the new element like x, y, z, w, p, q, you can take the 1 2 3 as well. There's no problem, any numerical value. So rear value to be updated by each and every time after incrementing or after adding the new element. But while remove the element from the our queue, so front value to be incremented over here. So this is the general operations of the queue data structure. Now if it is clear to all, then we need to understand the algorithm in very easy concept. In step number 5 or step number 1 to 6, we have step number 1, define the queue size, total number of vertices in the graph, as I spoke you finished few minutes ago. Step number 2, select any vertices as the starting point. Okay, unlike the previous example, you can pick any vertex, it depends upon you. Visit that vertex and insert into. Okay, so this is the point we need to keep in mind. We can insert the new element into the queue, that is we need to see which element we are picking for the visiting purpose. But keep in mind we are performing the queue data operation or queue operations rather than the stack. Stack will be applicable only for the DFS and VFS for the queue data structure. Same algorithm step will be the same like the DFS, but all the terms which are relevant should be relevant to the our queue data structure. Now we have the step number 3. Visit all known visit adjacent vertices of the vertex which is at front of the queue and insert them into the queue. So this is the point we need to keep in mind. Now what is the step number 4? Step number 4. When there is no vertex to be visited, when there is no vertex to be visited from the vertex which is at the front of the queue, then delete that vertex. When there is no vertex is to be visited, okay, when there is no vertex to be visited from the vertex, okay, then which is at the front of the queue and then delete at the vertex. So suppose there is a vertex which is naming by the by or z. I am taking the like by. So if there is no more node are connected from this y, like over here, x and z. If z is already visited and by x is already visited, which is y adjacent by the these two different vertices. So what happened? We will remove this y and then remove the y, and that is followed by the friend operation or friend pointer. So this is a step. Step number 5 is saying that you can repeat the step number 3, 4, 5 until we will see queue should be empty. So until queue becomes empty. Same thing we have done for the stack data structure as well into the previous algorithm. Step number 6 is saying that when the queue becomes empty, then produce final span tree as an output, and that is need to see by removing the unused edges from the graph, because the edges which are not usable, so we can remove those edges and we will find our relevant output in form of the span tree. And while solving this question, please keep in mind your tree must not have a loop. Suppose your tree is just having or the final result is having the loop, so it means you are doing some mistakes here. So avoid such thing. In a tree, logically in a tree, we can't have a cycle or we can't have a loop. Okay. If this algorithmic step or general idea of the our activity that is to perform by DFS wait first search, if it clear to all, then shall I move ahead with the numerical part?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it is better idea to this is the same example we have over here and try to solve at your level. I am giving to the 5 to 10 minutes. If you want to 5 minutes or 10 minutes, then you can have, and any student who want to speak over here, then you can speak. So I can give you 5 minutes and try to solve this question through the algorithm. First, draw this question on your paper or register or copy whatever you want, and then you can perform this algorithmic step. Okay. So I will ask this question from any student. Yes, please continue. Now, Goshan Singh Gill, roll number 19 BC 10041. Goshan, are you there? Goshan? Okay, so Goshan is not speaking, so he will not allow to attend this class. I am removing him. Because what happened from the July to October, his mic is not working. I don't know. But at the time of the examination, it could be cat 1, cat 2. Everyone's mic is working finally. So he will not get attendance. So I need to write to name. Okay. Yeah. Next, Paragi Vijayavargi. Paragi? Paragi. Roll number 19 BCE 10261. Paragi visible किया. Yes, who has solved this question? And who is solving? Yes.
Sir, for the first loop, I think DAEB.
Okay, let me come to. You are saying, just before jumping the solution, you are saying
DAEB.
you are picking the D, A, D, A,
A,
then
E, E,
E, then E,
B.
then B, then
Sir, E, B, F, C.
after the B, which node I should pick? C,
B, F, C.
B, F, C.
Then G.
Okay, C, and then F, and then G. G is connected to C or F, like this.
Sir, it is connected to F.
Yeah, connected to F. I have connected, no problem. Now see. Okay, you are saying this example like this. Okay. Okay, you are getting the this example.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think we should jump to the let me make this example. Now here we have the solution like this. So which value you have chosen depends upon you. So you have chosen the first D.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so spine tree of the BFS or DFS may vary, but depends upon the things. Now your answer was this one. So in this case, there is no complexity. But while solving this question, please keep in mind the word that is you need to perform all the operation through the Q data structure. Okay, so I solve this question.
Is it correct?
Uh, Yeah, of course, but I need to see your all the operation for performing the queue, which value you have chosen first and second, or you are performing the
Okay,
correct
sir.
operation. But in the diagram is correct for the making the span tree. Okay, so at the time I need to see which value you are picking. Suppose you are picking the D, so D is connected to the A and E. Okay, so A is already busy, but D is not visited, so A will be removed. So we will see this concept. Okay, so here in this example, or I just showing into my DFS, you need to use a queue data structure and you need to use the stack data structure. So in the data structure, in the DFS, we have used a stack data structure. So it is better idea to keep the data structure at the right side or left side and just solve this question through performing the operation properly. So definitely the answer will not go wrong. Now keep in mind the words here in this here. Now here we are not using the term backtracking. Okay, here we have are we using the term backtracking?
No, sir.
That's the point I'm speaking, because here we are not using the backtracking concept. So backtracking is performed only through the DFS, but in the BFS we are not using the backtracking. So backtracking is applicable to the DFS. So this is the point we need to keep in mind. But somehow we can say, and that is to the point we need to understand. For the understanding purpose of a tricky answer you can use for solving this question. So let us understand this question step by step. Select the vertex A as starting point. So visit the node A, our vertex A. So A to be inserted into the our queue, that is A here. So A is visited. Now is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Step by step, you have any problem, then you can ask me. Now see this step and now tell me now what is the problem. Just tell me, is there any problem over here? Yes, student, tell me, is there any problem?
No, sir. No problem, sir.
It's a very simple. It's a very simple because A is visited already and A is connected to B, B, E, and D. So B, E, and D is to be inserted over here. So first we visit the D and then E and then B. You can make this sequence into changing order. You can pick the B, E, D, B, D, E. So it's up to you. So what happened? A is already visited. So F is what? F is our pointer that is to be updated by over here because F is removed. Sorry, A is removed. Okay. So that's why we can say A is already removed. Then F of front value to be updated by the one, and that is the here. So D will be represented by the front and B is represented by the rear. Okay, now this part is clear to you all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now come to the point. So D is already now stay here. D is visited, A is already visited, and D is visited. And after the visited D, we need to update front value and then rear value is as it is. That is here. So we are removing the D, what that is identifying, that is representing that D is visited. Same thing we will perform for the E and F. Now why I am using the D, because there is no node or any other vertices to be connected over here that is not visited. So A is visited and D is visited. So that's why it is marked over here in a green color. Okay. So you can remove the D because D is connected to the A and E. So A is already visited and E is already in our queue. So definitely we will choose the D for the removing purpose. So next point we have the C, and C is connected to sorry B is connected to C and A. So we are not picking the B right now. E is connected to the C, F, and A. So we are not picking the E. So the order could be anything, but while solving while solving this question, make sure order must be proper while performing the queue data structure. Okay, so we must use the order A, but A is connected to D, E, and B. So D must be over here. Okay, so that's why after removing the D, we can easily identify. So D is removed and A is already removed. So visit all the adjacent nodes of D which is not visited. There is no vertexes. So D 0. Now after D, print was on the E. So now D is connected. D is E is connected to C and F as well as B, and but V is already visited. Okay, then we will insert C and F here, and now rear will be the F and front will be on the B. So A is visited, D is visited, E is visited, and now come to the B. So B is connected to C and E, but is already visited E. So we will choose the C. Okay. So and F to be inserted. So we will choose the C. So we will choose this path and that part to be followed by. Now C. B is removed. Now B is connected to C and then E. E is already visited, okay, and C and F is in our Q data structure, and then front will be represented like over here, and rear will be this one. And this C and F will be in our Q data structure, so we will pick this over here. Now come to the point C. Now why I'm not using the pick, because B is already visited and there's no more vertex connected. So C is already into our queue, and E is already visited. So we will remove the B, and then now come to the point C and F. So why you can pick the F and C? C you can pick, but keep in mind friend is belong to the C. So we will choose the C for the first, and then we'll go to the G. Same thing you can happen over here. So F will become over here, and this will be the rear, and the last. There's no more element coming from the G, so this is, and G will be removed. When the Q will be empty, so the path you can identify A, D, E, B, C, F, and G. So that is what that is known as the BFS. So breadth first search algorithm. Okay, so this is our simple example. No backtracking is allowed over here. Please keep in mind, no backtracking is applicable into the BFS. Okay, because we are maintaining this thing through the our Q data structure. You can pick the D, no problem. You can pick the D. So after picking the D, so D is connected to the E and A. Okay, so D will be at our first part. So after the D, so we need to choose the path appropriately. So it's up to you. But while solving this question, please make sure the loop will not be applicable over here. Now tell me, any problem over here?
No, sir.
Okay, so you can pick any value, but while solving the question to the examination, I'm just giving the tricky answer, tricky idea. It is better idea to pick the smallest part. Now, how to determine the smallest part? In the alphabetically, the order will be the A, B, C, D. So A will be the smallest, okay? And we're talking about the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So definitely 1 will be the our smallest part. So whenever you are solving any question into the graph traversal, try to pick the smallest, or we can say try to pick the our the value which is starting, but that is to be represented by the label. So label must be smallest. So among A, B, C, D, we have the A, 1, 2, 3, we have the 1. Okay, you can solve it. Now, so final tree will be, the queue is become empty. So stop now BFS process. So final result of the BFS will be in formula this thing. So there is no loop is available here. If there is loop, it means there is some problem. So that is a we can say this is our spine tree. So while solving the question to the examination, make sure you have done the all the steps correctly. Because what happened, you can pick you can draw this diagram like this, A, D, E, B, C. Okay, no problem. But somehow while choosing the D in the first, is it possible to perform the operation NQ DQ in easy way? So that's the point you need to keep in mind. And into the examination, I think most of the question will there's equal chance, because 60% part goes to DFS and 40% part goes to the BFS. So most of the question will ask on the DFS rather than the BFS. But for the confusion purpose, it can ask. And one thing, one important question I'm remembering over here while solving the any problem from the graph: distinguish or differentiate between the BFS DFS graph or traversal technique. So this kind of a question may ask into the examination: distinguish BFS and DFS through the example. So it's a better idea to take an example and solve the question, solve same question, or solve the single question or single graph through the BFS and DFS. So this is the idea. You can differentiate, and you can understand the DFS is followed by the stack, and BFS is followed by the Q data structure. So this is this idea about the BFS and DFS technique from the graph traversal.